are here once again, going to Philly for the weekend, having a bit of a Bachelorette this weekend with my friends, so it's really exciting. T is all dressed up today in her little sailor outfit, and she's found her treats over here on the seat, so I'll see if I can get her to look at the camera. T, T, T. There you go. Good girl. Mwah. This weekend I am working on socks, and a Cozy Memories blanket. Lost Lakes, Sanderson Sisters, working on Bubble for Kim, and I'm working on a Patton's Croix in autumnal colors for my mom. Oh, hi. Oh, thank you. Kisses. Good girl. Mwah. So there's the new socks, which she apparently wants to sniff and lick and eat. Not gonna work. All right, and yeah, we'll be catching up with you soon. Bye. Good morning, and welcome to Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits. My name is Meg, and I will be your host. And it is September 14th, Wednesday, in Rockville. Nice and sunny outside. Actually, it was nice and cool this morning too, which was very nice. And it's about 11 now. And as of this morning, I have 327 subscribers. Which, I mean, when you have like 5K, doesn't seem like a lot. But when you came up from 80 a week ago, that was... oh my god, every day I've noticed there's just a couple more, a few more, and over the week it really added up. Absolutely amazing. So I absolutely think I have Hey Sister podcast to thank for that. It's been all them mentioning me that I was able to reach out and meet so many more people on this podcast, so that was fantastic. And I'd love to start conversations with other podcasters that I've been watching and would just love to meet. So I'm hoping eventually that'll come. I want to welcome you if you are a new viewer. Hi. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you. Thank you for coming back. You make this worthwhile and so fun. So let's see. I'm drinking pumpkin coffee, which is lukewarm at this point because it takes me forever to set up. I must have moved this around 3 times and then ended up right back in the same spot. So, yeah, I'm happy with this. At first I was back there and I'm like, I'm too far away. They're never going to see me. And then I moved back up here and I'm like, oh, I'm too close. I had to wiggle around a little bit. All right, so our first segment is going to be finished objects, and I don't have any knitting finished objects. I have a finished object from spinning. That was my very first piece, and I told you about it on the first podcast, I believe, and Patrick has named it Patrick's Unicorn. I don't know why. It's a rainbow based yarn. So what happened was I bought the Joseph batting, which is that color right there. I had bought that and I had started spinning it, but I wasn't separating my fibers finely enough and I wasn't getting a very good color variation, which was upsetting me. So I stopped working on the batting that I liked and I was like, all right, let me just use these little cheap ones that I got off of Amazon. There was a package of them. Must have been about 30 or so. It was quite a few. And I sat there and I organized them in rainbow order, which made my art heart very happy. And I worked through them, about 3 a day. Probably was like half an ounce or something. Like they were so tiny. And then once so I could get through several colors a day, which was great. So this was the finished product. It was really, really cool. Oh, it was making me really, really happy. And so I rinsed it out and I washed it out, and it did puff up a little bit, and it definitely came untwisted in places. I think and then some places it's like massively curly. Like, what is that? So I don't think I got to show this to you before, so I wanted to share with you Patrick's unicorn. I don't know what it's going to be. You know, maybe it will actually become a unicorn. Maybe I will knit with it one day to make a unicorn. I don't know if you could actually cut this yarn. Like, all right, try that again. Unicorn mane. This would be really cute. Can you cut it? Won't it just untwist? I mean, I rinsed it and wet it and, you know, hot water, and then hung it out to dry and let it dry completely. So is that enough to stop it from undoing itself? All those who know way more about spinning than I do wanna put in your 10 cents here. Let me know if I could turn this into a unicorn mane, and then maybe I can participate in the unicorn along. Though I can't remember when that ends. The unicorn along is held by Kristen right now of Yarngasms podcast. So they're doing a unicorn along. Maybe I'll make a unicorn with this. Tabby from Hey Sister podcast just made the most adorable Nilla the Unicorn, which is a pattern on Ravelry, I believe. And it's so cute. It's so cute. Like, the pattern, like in the picture, I'm like, oh, it's alright. Like, looks okay. Looks cute. Then you see it in person, and the yarn she chose and the way she sewed the arms on were just, everything was placed right so that the unicorn was truly as cute as it could get. So I was loving that. I was absolutely loving that. So anyway, finished object, done. But since I'm on the topic of spinning, I will continue on. I had mentioned this before, and I'm not sure if I actually got to show you how much I got done, which was not a lot at all. I do feel like I've had to put spinning down in order to get projects done, such as this. So I'm having you hold me accountable. I will get something done by the end of the next podcast. And then this is the one that I'm working on now. I got a little bit more done on this, not much. So we're getting there. My little bits of spinning. And I do have, actually you can see them right there. There is a jar of spindles, and you can see the spindles right there. So they just hang out with me in the kitchen, taunting me while I cook. Like, hey, spin on me instead of cooking. So that's been going. But I really want to get back to this beauty, because these colors are my heart. Like, my absolute insides are probably this color. All right, so works in progress, all my whips. So first I'll bring back my Sanderson sister socks. Last week I mentioned that I wanted to get some heels in. Yay! And they're in my sparkly yarn, which you can kind of see if I tilt it like that. Can you see it? Yeah, you can. So I did little heels. I did the Fish Lips Kiss heel with about 7 stitches on either side. And then I think it's like 9 to 11 stitches in the middle for the back of the heel. I would not say that I have a very pointy back of the heel, so I think I should be okay. This is the second time that I've done the Fish Lips Kiss heel on a pair of socks, and I'm still really happy with it. I think I could get better at it. The first time that I did it with this, I used the markers. The second time, I had actually done the step that I'm supposed to use markers for before I put the markers in, so I kind of did it without, which is like surprising to me. I was like, oh, I hope that's right. But I do take things that I make for myself much less seriously than those that I make for friends. So I have gone across the front, I believe. No, I did not. I didn't even get across the front. I literally finished the heel. I did one day and one the other because this was like a free period and lunch. And then this was a free period and after school. So it takes me still a little while to get heels done. But I do like the way that they turn out. I still think they might be faster than doing a full like gusset and like short rows and picking up stitches. And so I'm a fan, and I do still love my yarn. I am absolutely obsessed with it. What I was thinking of doing is making just one repeat of the stripes with black ribbing on either side to put inside my boots as like boot cuffs, because my socks don't typically, I don't make them high enough to come out of the boots. And I thought that that would be a really cute way to show them off without having to make an entire pair of socks again. So it's a thought. And this is living, forgot to mention, living in my Halloween bag. Speaking of Halloween bags, there may be 4 coming to the house. Oops. You know, that paying with your fingerprint, I'm telling you, it's dangerous. Oh, all right. So next I did cast on last night because it was on my wish knits when I wrote out my notes last night, and then I was like, you know what? No. I want it as a work in progress. So I have been doing, just super basic, the little pumpkin hat for Declan, and I absolutely love how it's turning out. I started with just a rolled edge. I have one purl stitch kind of tucked in to give the brim a little bit of like a pull, so that you see that little point, like it has a little texture and character. And then I'm using my goldfish charm, which I was rewatching episode 11 of Katie's podcast, Inside Number 23, and she was talking about a yarn that she had gotten that was called Lily, like Lily Potter, and the yarn came with a goldfish charm, which comes from the story in Harry Potter where she transfigures a lily into a fish. And when she gets killed, the fish disappears because the magic is gone. So deep, so real for a children's book. Parts of the reasons why I love the stories. I really do. I think there's a lot more to be seen in them than just kids. So, all aside, I thought that this would have been a perfect charm to go with some lily yarn. So the next time I find some, I'm working on it with that progress keeper. So anyway, this will probably be my edit knit. Normally I'll work on socks while I'm editing the podcast, and I think this will be it because I can kind of just pause and do something with my hand, and then go back to knitting really quick. And this is on my size 8. I think they're Susan Bates. They're from AC Moore. They are super basic. I don't have any nice, like Knitter's Pride or any other nice needles in small little cords like this. The one I do have that I'm working on my Cozy Memories blanket with is a short cord. It's a US 2. This is worsted weight yarn, so clearly I wanted something a little bit bigger. But alright, so I'll hold this still long enough. It's just pumpkin orange worsted weight yarn. And I actually got it from a friend. My friend Molly, who is Grace and Art on Instagram, had a big ball of orange in the trunk of her car. And I was like, oh, could I borrow that and just make a baby hat off the top? And she was like, yeah, no problem. So she lends me the yarn and I wind off this ball. And as I'm working last night, and you can see how much is done and how big the hole is, I am worried I'm going to run out. So, Miles, I might be texting you soon, like, hey, you know that ball of yarn? Can I get it back? Because of course I gave it back to her. I had wound off what I wanted. I thought I had everything organized. I was being productive. And now I look at it and I'm like, that doesn't really look great, does it? So, I'm not sure if I'm going to run out. I'm going to go as much as I can. This is going to be a 3 to 6 month baby, maybe a little longer. Little one will be about in between 3 and 4 months for Halloween, and I figured a little pumpkin hat would be cute, but it's pumpkin, so after Halloween it could just go for fall. Pat and I decided we should put the baby in a cornucopia, take pictures. Haven't actually told the parents that one yet, but I think it's adorable. So making him a little hat, and I do have some paperwork on hats, so I'll have to see how deep I'm supposed to make it. Maybe that whole ball of yarn is enough and I'll have a little extra to make some curly cues or something at the top. So yes, this is going to be my entry for Hey Sister Hat Cow. I'm not sure if I've missed it already, but I'm gonna check. If it hasn't ended, you can find the Ravelry thread for Hey Sister Hat Cow, and you can also put in a finished object. So this one's still in progress, but this is just since last night, so I was really happy. Worsted weight works up so quickly. And I was thinking in my head, I'm like, a pumpkin hat in like a Madeline Tosh citrus orange for a baby. That'd be so cute. And this is living in my kitty cat bag because I did say I wanted to do something Halloween-y with it, and I haven't cast on my Halloween-y socks yet. So little black kittens are housing his adorable little hat. All right. Next up is a object that you didn't see on the podcast because it didn't exist yet. Yarn. This is Patton's Croy Effects socks, and this is the Clover Colors colorway. And this is for my mom. Oh, how can I get it? There it is. That's better. I don't know. Doesn't seem as clear this week as normal. But anyway, this is the yarn, and it just looks so autumnal, and my mom loves autumn. It's her favorite season, as is Molly of the Homespun House and Katie of Inside Number 23. Love autumn. I'm right with you. I do love autumn. I am not an autumn baby. I'm a winter baby. My birthday's going to come up in December, and I am, of course, excited. I always like birthdays. I don't care how old I am. So this is what I got done over the weekend. Yay! Sock beard. So I think I got a lot done. This was just sitting at, alright, so I did the toes in the car, and then I did this much at a baby shower I was at on Saturday, and I was just kind of knitting under the table, like super discreetly. I don't even think people noticed. But it's knitting up really cute. I think it's semi-self-striping because of the way the pattern's going to go up. And they don't quite match, but they look alike because they're the same type of yarn. I'm not even sure they're from the same dye lot, but this is going to be cute and pretty. Now my mom did warn me. She's like, I don't want warm socks. And I'm like, these are pretty warm now that I feel them. So what I'm thinking is these would be perfect for winter snow stuff. I think I mentioned all this before. So outside, thick socks to keep my mom warm. And they are living in my Autumnal Creatures bag. I'm not sure, I don't think I had them casted on. No, I think they're brand new cast on. I think I did that Friday. Yes, I did Friday. So another one is living in my Don't Let Anyone Dull Your Sparkle bag, which I live by. And this if you remember, was my super pink bag. So can you guess what's inside? Yep, Felici's. And these, you haven't seen either. These were brand new. So I keep telling you this. I keep telling you, you haven't seen these, just so you understand what happened next. All right, so it has a frost toe, and this has stellina in it, which is very hard to see. And then I actually did work from the outside of one ball and the inside of the other to get them to match up. So I have my stripes going up. Yesterday I got another stripe done. I'm starting the pink now. And I think the pink is going to be where I need to be. I'm borrowing Lissa's foot because she's about a 6.5, 7, and Kim's about a 7, and I don't have Kim's foot measured. I have Tina's foot measured, who's more like an 8. So you can kind of see the through here. So this is where I need to be. So the pink, and then so it'll be baby pink. Yeah, baby pink, dark pink. So baby pink, dark pink, baby pink, dark pink. That should put me right at that ankle line. And then from the dark pink, I'll probably start a row or 2 of white, split, do the frost, come back to the white, and then it'll go into the blue. So the blue should not touch the other blue. I purposely cut all this blue off the front because I didn't want the toes and the blues, not that they look bad together, but I just didn't want them next to each other right away. Like, it would be a huge chunk of blue, and from far away you wouldn't see the difference, and I didn't want that to happen. So these are super soft. They're super cute. I need a pair for myself. I was thinking some shorty socks with whatever's left over, and I'll make like more on the toe. I might make a section in the middle in the frost blue. I'll do the heel, and then just maybe like 1 or 2 more stripes above, and then I'll finish off with a frost again. So that should be able to work. So I love these. These are turning out really great, and this was all from the weekend, except for this, which was Tuesday. So yay! Yay, progress! And just carrying these around has been great. Getting a few rows done here and there has been really helpful. Okay, so what happened next was that I got the heel done, which you saw. Yay, Rachel. I got the heel done. I was all excited about that. And then I don't think I had anything done after that. So I did 1.5 stripes above, and that was all I got done. Because once I finished the heel on these, I was really excited to cast on Kimmy's bubble socks. They're frost bubbles. I think they're funny. So her frost bubble socks, because the stripes were making me really happy, and I wanted to cast on my mom's socks because I had 2 pairs on the needles, both of which were for me. So I started feeling a little guilty about all the selfish knitting that I was doing, and I was like, I really should do some gift knitting, because with the wedding, that's going to come up really fast, and I don't know how much time I'm going to have. So I started right away on Mom's socks and Kim's socks. I think I cast them on Friday and Saturday and just booked it through there. But yeah, so beep, 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 beep. Just that little bit, but I still love it, and I still wanted to show them because they're just so bright and colorful and cheerful. Yeah. I mean, I guess I got that done, but it doesn't feel like a lot to show you. Sorry. I tried. I did actually bring them to Molly's, so I'll talk more about it in my babbling section, but I had my bachelorette party this weekend, and we did dinner, and really great Mexican food, and, oh, so good, but I wanted to bring knitting, and I, at the last minute, didn't, to dinner and to the party, because I was like, I don't really want to carry things around. I kind of want my hands free. I'll just have my phone. I'll keep my, my money and cards if I need them, but I don't want to carry anything else around. And that's why little Llama Love didn't get any love at the bachelorette party. But I had so much, to talk about with people and so much to catch up on that I didn't miss it this time. And there was guacamole to be eaten, so I love guacamole. So my next work in progress is my Cozy Memories blanket. Ah, I don't know why I always pick it up backwards when I try to show you. There you go, TD. So we've got some new faces in here. And my main one, I'm gonna just do this, is Hedwig. Hello, Hedwig. So if you follow me on Instagram, Hedwig was done on Saturday morning before my bachelorette party, right before the baby shower, so that I could say on the day of my bachelorette party, I did knit. Yes, I'm knitting. So right there, that's Hedwig for the bride. Everybody else has just been hanging out, doing well. I find that since I went along the back and closed up all of these little tails, I didn't think I needed them because I'm not tying them to anything. But the knot that it creates when I do that is a little bit harder to go into when I pick up the stitch. So I have a new rule that I am going to leave the tails on until I pass that point, until that is also knit into the blanket. Then, so when I did this one, this tail would have still existed. I would have done this one, and then this tail can get woven in. So I think that'll just make it easier on myself later on. And I'm just going to hoard the blanket from you for a second because I will share two that I want to work on, but I want to save this one square for a little later. So the next two that are going in is going to finish off my row. So I'm very excited about that. I wanted to have them done. I truly did. I mean, I thought 3 squares a week was nothing, but I spent so much time working on the socks, so much time working on the apartment, and so much time, what else would I wear? Oh, the hat, and I had 3 pairs of socks going on, and that heel took me, that was like all I did. Just did a heel one day. So I am going to be knitting in, this is Harry and Ron, I believe. Or it might just be Ron. I'll have to check. I did take a picture with their colors. Let's see if I can do this. Nah, that's a little better. Yeah, that's better. Oh, there it is. So this one's going in next. And then to finish off the row is the Sparkle Glimmer Black that I have put in the socks. I definitely needed it in the blanket because I love it so much for the socks, and it's going in more than 1 pair of socks, so this was just imperative. I haven't balled it yet. This is kind of how I hold them until I roll them into a ball. Little unicorn tails make me happy. So those are the 2. I still have a whole bag of goodies and goodness to put in, so lots to do. I have tons of my night bus left over. Well, I mean tons. It's a big ball still. And I'd really like to do maybe some toes or a cuff on a black sock. Just to keep it. I mean, I can't figure out what I want to do with it, but I really want it still. I really want it, and I want a big old skein of it. Maybe I'll just, I think it's just the purple. I think it's the purple that I'm craving, and I think I'll just go and dye some purple, and that'll make me happy. Oh, and so as I've been weaving in ends, I also wanted to share with you a little work in progress. This is a Christmas ornament, and inside my Christmas ornament is my Cozy Memories tails. Cool, right? So I can see Cursed Child, Ravenclaw, I can see, oh, the yarn that I used to tie off Cursed Child, I stuck that in there too. Purple, oh, there's Molly's socks. So it's just like, it's like a mini of the blanket, honestly. And I'm just gonna keep sticking the tails in there until I can't stick any tails in anymore. So I forgot to show this last week. It bugged me that I didn't, so I want to do it now. And my Cozy Memories blanket is living still in my Nomadic Yarns project bag, which I love so much. I saw this, I told you I saw this fabric at Joann Fabrics, and I was like, oh, I would wear that. I would wear that on anything. So, I think it's time for Mr. Postman.
Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, hey, 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 Mr. Postman. Hey, Mr. Postman, look and see. Whoa, yeah. Please, please, Mr. Postman.
So last week I mentioned that I had gotten some acquisitions that hadn't come in the mail yet from Nerd Girl Yarns, and I am still waiting on one of them, but one came in, and that was my Starry Night yarn. So there she is, Nerd Girl Yarns, and I absolutely love it. Adorable little Roby guy. And this is Starry Night, which I think is very accurate. The one that I saw online had less green in it, but I am just acquiescing to the fact that it's there because there's nothing I can do about it. Anyway, and I got two because I wanted to make a featherweight out of it really badly. And then I'm sitting here and I'm like, how is this going to look? So I had to make a swatch, of course. Now I can come back. So there's the swatch, and I think it really is accurate. That definitely just reminds me of Starry Night. As an art teacher, I felt I needed a Starry Night cardigan. So there it is. And it, I did get it with Stellina because Starry Night needed Stellina. It was just, there was nothing. No, it had to happen. So, I'm thrilled. I really love it. I think it plays really nice with Hedwig. I was asking Patrick last night, I'm like, do you think I put it in the right spot? He said, yeah. I thought the blue and orange, complementary colors, would go well together. The speckles of orange or yellow would go this way. The gray was going to play nicely, not take away from it. You know, it wouldn't be like too much variation right at once. These are two different kinds of yarn. And then next to it will go another one of these, Harry and Ron, with some blues, which will play nicely here. And then it'll end with black because remember, I wanted to have the house colors and do the sparkly black. So that is what you will be seeing next week, hopefully. I want to get at least 2, maybe more squares done. And we've got some card knitting, so maybe. They don't take me forever, but take me longer than I think they're going to, usually. So it's getting quite foldable. Oh, look at that. Boop. Yeah. Katie's pillow. Yeah. So last week, I think I showed you stroll fingering that I got to dye on, and this week I had gone back online and I realized I can get stroll glimmer, which means there's Stellina in these, and that makes me so happy. So let me crinkle a little bit more and get one out. See if I can get it to go. Oh, a little bit. You're getting it. You can kind of see it in there. So there it is, the Stellina. It's not super, yeah, it's a little hard to see, but it's on white. So it's silver on white, stroll glimmer, and this is the superwash merino wool, nylon, and Stellina. Oh, I wish you could see the glitter the way I can. And it is a little hard to see right now without color on top. I wonder what will happen to it when I dye on top of it. I'm picturing a galaxy. So it'll be 3 balls of this galaxy to make a cardigan. I'm obsessed with featherweights. I told someone that I was going to make 10 of them, and I think I might. So Cursed Child will be one. This will be my go-to. And then I want one that has black, purple, neon purple, and dark blue on stellina. Excuse me. And that will give me my galaxy. I'm so excited. So excited. So that might be Friday that I do some dyeing. Now, you remember Cursed Child yarn, or if you weren't here, this is my Cursed Child yarn, and this is on the Stroll Bear colorway. Okay? Not like a rar bear, like just clarifying. So this was my Cursed Child inspired yarn. Now, let's talk about dreams.
Dream, 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 dream.
Really think that Cursed Child should have been done on Glimmer. So I am planning, I've got the yellow coming in. I'm planning on dyeing this onto here and using it as a third ball, making a longer cardigan with a drapier front, including a little bit more on here for the edging. And I'm pumped. I'm so pumped. So I'm going to alternate the glitter and the bear in between for the body, and then I'm just going to do one of the bear balls for the sleeves. I think this ball will be the sleeves, and the other ball that has more black on it will be alternated with the new dye, which I will make sure doesn't have too much black on it. So that's my dream for this. I'm really excited. I'll let you know how it goes. Again, I'm not allowed to cast it on until I finish Patrick's cardigan, which I haven't done anything on. You know what it is? I'm scared of the buttons. I'm scared of them. I don't want to mess it up. I'm so worried about messing it up that I can't bring myself to do it. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's not that scary. It's a yarn over or casting off. Like, I can do it. I've done it. I'm just so worried about it. I won't do it. I will not mess it up. So hopefully this week I will get some gumption to go back and work on it. Also, I think my sock obsession and the fact that I am doing gift knitting, I am trying to get gifts done, has stopped me from picking that back up. Patrick hasn't put any, pressure on me with it, but I feel bad. I do want it for him for like Christmas, and I do want him to be able to wear it when it's cold. So I can't wait for his next birthday. That's ridiculous, because that was September. It was like last weekend. So I have to get it done. I don't know when, but I have to. And then while I was up, I did get my future brother-in-law to put his foot down and let me trace it, and he was very, very nice about that. He was just like, okay, sure. And while I was up there, and I don't know if I mentioned this, I told you the story that this was the wrong ball. I was supposed to get Summer Nights. I didn't get it. This came in instead. I kept it because Patrick said he'd wear it. Well, Patrick and Brian are a lot alike for some things. They're both like sports oriented, good guys. And Brian went to Bucknell. Bucknell's colors, blue and orange. These socks came to me in a dream and said, we are Brian's. We're Brian's. That's what we want to be. So this is going to be a cast on pretty darn soon. I was thinking about doing a white toe. That doesn't feel right for him. It doesn't feel right for him. I would do it possibly for Pat, not for Brian. It's not right for Brian. So I think this, I'm just going to use the ball, and I'm going to go like the little picture goes. I'm going to go toe to cuff all in one. Make it easy peasy for myself. No strings, no nothing. It's all going to be in one. And I will use a fish lips kiss on this as well. So I need to measure out where his ankle is. He did let me trace it, but then he got up kind of quick, and I didn't mark the ankle bone. So I'll do it on Pat because they're basically the same size. So there you go. This will be a Wish Knit Dream Knitting project, another gift knit. So excited about that. And now it can join the like folding fan I have over here of everybody else's socks. You know, that's funny. What about that? What about a folding fan? What if I punched a hole in each of the heels and I put it on a hook like they do for pallets? Like in the store for paint. And then I wouldn't lose any of them. And you just hook them on to your little carabiner or whatever, little opening holy thing, and you could just kind of like, I like that idea. Thanks, Podcasting Meg. She gets the ideas. You guys really make me crafty, and I like that. So I'll drink some cold coffee now. Still tastes good. All right, so let's see. We did Works in Progress. We did Mr. Postman, Dream Knitting, Acquired. Additionally to Acquired, I ordered the Rit die, like I said, because I won't have enough yellow to do Cursed Child properly. And I think that Cursed Child is something that needs to be done properly. Another thought is that I might die up another one and do it as a giveaway when I hit 500 subscribers. That could be kind of fun. So to do that, I will be making a Ravelry group. I haven't figured out how to do that yet, but with some easy Googling, I think I'll be getting that. I'm also trying to put my podcast on iTunes, like Yarngasm, and Mina Phillip was talking about that as well. It is hard. It's very confusing. I'm having an awful time trying to get an RSS feed for it to validate right now. And I followed the directions and they are not working. And I am very confused and it's very frustrating. And I am not a technical person like Katie. She understands computers, or at least the insides of them. And I just, no. I don't do computers like that. I can do basic editing, which you see, and for 8 a.m., it was too much. So I put that aside, and I will be working on it later. Also, speaking of 8 a.m. irritations, I had, just after the podcast, I had gotten in the mail, I think it was Thursday, I got my black boots, which I'm not sure if I mentioned last week. So these are from Target, and they're really cool. And so I tried them on, and I was even like wearing them around the house this morning, and you can see I've really loosened the laces, and it's 'cause they're too tight. That's what I've realized, like they're just too tight. They're an 8, and I'm an 8. What's the problem? These are probably an 8 narrow or like a straight 8, and I am definitely more of an 8 wide. So I'm taking these back. I'm getting the 8.5, and hopefully next week I'll be able to say that they are officially and non-arguably mine, because I went to 3 different people on the phone for 3 different stores and online, and the person who finally got me in the end gave me a little $5 credit towards Target so that I basically wouldn't complain. She was very nice. Very, very nice. I was a little irritated that the first person told me that there were 8.5s at Rockville and Gaithersburg. I called Gaithersburg. No, we don't have them in stock. Sorry. They have them at Rockville. Okay. I call Rockville. No, we don't have them in stock. I'm like, all right, the next person that tells me that something is somewhere and then reneges on it is in trouble. because I am not having this. It is like 8:42 in the morning and I have not had my coffee yet, and I am not in the mood to be told that my new favorite shoes are not available. So instead, I took care of the problem myself by just reordering online. Got the 8.5, got the black that I wanted, and then I was, I'm gonna just return these because they are brand new. And there's nothing wrong with them, they're just too small. So that's how that's gonna go. Oh, it was on my lap. I'm like, what is this? And then a final little note here of things that I was happy to have back. These are 2 books that I have been on and off reading. The Yarn Whisperer by Clara Parks, and Knitting Yarns and Spinning Tales, a knitter's stash of wit and wisdom. And knitting books really call to me. I don't know why. I think I just like seeing them all lined up on my bookshelf. I've also read the books by Anne Hood. I really enjoy her writing. Her one, The Knitting Circle, that was brutal on my heart. That was really rough. I also ordered Knitlandia, and I was reading that, and then I lent it to my mom, and I never finished it, so I'm gonna go back to it. But I'm having a good time with these. And they're just, yeah, they've just been really, really nice. And some of them even come with little patterns that are tucked into the stories. So just wanted to share these if you're looking for something new to have on a bookshelf. I'm really enjoying them. So my last little bit is things that I want to work on soon. I definitely want to get back to my shawl with the beading. I haven't touched it this week, and the amount I got done on socks should show why. Like, that was a lot for me to get done. I also want to work on Brian's socks, like I mentioned. I'd like to cast on my Halloween socks, the ones with the gray, black, yellow, and orange with the glitter. I'm really excited for those. I want to dye up my glitter Cursed Child yarn so that I can stare at it, because I'm not allowed to cast it on until I finish Project Cardigan. And I do have a lot of gray. I have 5 balls of Brava Sport gray from Knit Picks. They were destined for a gray double knit Star Wars scarf for Patrick that I had found online, but I have definitely stalled my double knitting. Hopefully my basket will be able to get down from Philadelphia soon, and I'll be able to show off all the double knits that I've done so far. If you scroll back to like February in my Instagram, that's where most of my double knitting started. As I do, become completely obsessed, and then I kind of wane and come off it. I am about 3 inches off of my Gryffindor square. I'm like this close to getting it done. So we'll see how I do with that. And one more thing I just want to mention. I have been contacted for the very first time ever by Leanne, who is from New Zealand. Hi, Leanne. And she's like, hey, like, I really love your podcast. Like, I'd love to send you something. I'm gonna get in touch. And she did. So I am going to be waiting and watching the mail with bated breath, because I can't believe, I feel so special. I feel so excited. Yeah, there's not words. There's just not. There's not words. I'm so excited. So yeah. Also, I is broken up a little bit, but I believe her name's Camille on Instagram, and she is from France. And I was like, hi, France! Actually, I said bonjour français, but I like triple checked that I spelled it right, because I was like, I don't want to look ridiculous on social media for not knowing how to spell this. But it is in my native language, so well, give me that. But I did take the time to make sure that I got it right. But that's been really nice to talk to different people. So I'm just trying to extend my reach out, and over the last week I've definitely hit more people in New Zealand, Australia, in Germany, where else? United Kingdom. Like, I've seen the numbers go up in all these different countries. Like before it was mostly United States, and it still is. It's about 63% United States. But there's a whole lot more of like, you know, 0.2 from different countries that I'm like, somebody out there saw this, and that's awesome. So thank you. Thank you for letting me chat with you. Thank you for letting me hang out with you. I have a blast every week doing it. I look forward to it all week. I write stuff down and take videos and take pictures, and I just love it. So thank you. Thank you, thank you. So yeah. So if you're still sticking around, I'll talk just a little bit more about the bachelorette party. We went to a Mexican place that translates loosely to the Happy Skeleton in Philly, and it was really nice, and everyone there was really nice to me and to my bridal party and my friends that had showed up. And we had like guacamole and appetizers, and we had like 2 or 3 little entrees that came out. But after eating all day, like I ate all day. I ate from like 12 to 3 at a baby shower, because you know the dishes come out slowly, so like over an hour and a half I was eating everything from a salad to a dessert, and then like an hour and a half later I went out to dinner, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna explode. But it was so delicious and it was so wonderful. And then we went to Silk City and just danced and met some really nice people. There were 2 other brides, and somebody's got a picture. I don't know where it is yet. I remember somebody in my bridal party taking the picture of all 3 of us together. So that was really cute. And when it finishes up, I'll put some pictures up too. Just some highlights of the night. And it was really fun. It was really nice. It was just great to spend some time with my friends and see them and laugh with them and dance with them and laugh at our dancing and everything. It was just wonderful. So thank you to all my bridesmaids that put that together. It was so much fun, and I loved it, and I'd do it all again. It was great. It was like the best Friday night you could ask for, but it was a Saturday. But yeah, so to wrap it up, just reminding you to take it 1 cup at a time. I will see you next week. In the meantime, happy knitting, happy crafting, and have a great week. Bye!